So the old video was way too long. This is going to be 3 videos, one for each miniseries. This is panel to panel, the Scavenge Elite First Saga preview. So first we got to talk about things that happen before the first issue comes out. Trying to make this bigger. There we go. So in the year 1978, a real UFO lands near a series of crop circles. And it's this guy who identifies himself as Commander Tech of the Belgian Knights. He's basically an alien from another world who makes a secret deal with President Jimmy Carter at the time that he will share his alien technology with them if they will grant him asylum. So the president reluctantly agrees. And then a few years later, President Reagan takes over, and he really beefs up this alien collaboration program. He orders that ships be built, that satellites be built, new weapons technologies to be developed. So he really was afraid of these aliens coming one day. He wanted the United States to be prepared. So this program eventually became to be known as the Star Wars program, named after the Star Wars movies. And there was never any budget for this project. There was no official record of anything, but it was this program between the aliens and the United States, and later other countries as well. So that if you choose to join the Star Wars program, it's a pretty heavy sacrifice. You have to basically fake your own death, and then a funeral is held for you, and your family believes that you're dead, so you're free to defend the Earth if necessary. Kind of harsh. It's going to come back to bite the government in the end of the story, but it is what it is. So people make a tremendous sacrifice to be ready for this enemy whenever they show up. So that all happens prior to episode 1 or issue 1. So if you excel in the Star Wars program, you can be handpicked to join another project not on the books, the Scavengers Elite program. We'll talk about these teams later on, but each superhero is in charge of a specialized team. So these are just a few of the examples here. Tech is in charge of the piloting squadron, taken from the best pilots and naval aviators from the United States and NATO. Black Crusader leads a tank squadron, and then Black Ninja has the search and rescue operations team. So we can think of more of these teams later, but those are the things that came up off the top of my head here tonight and yesterday morning. Or yesterday morning, last night, sorry. So then we get to the actual comic. Almost getting to start here. So by 1984, the Star Wars program was expanded, like I said earlier. There's a network of satellites for defensive and offensive capabilities. And in 85, people start hearing reports of superheroes in the world that live in the shadows. They come out and help people sometimes they don't. They're very inconsistent. There's no official news reporting about them except in tabloids. So it's basically like Bigfoot, basically. But everything changes in the next year, in the year 1986, when the Space Shuttle Challenger is shot down by a particle weapon of alien origin. The U.S. government covered it up, blaming on an O-ring. So I realize that some people might be really upset at us for including this and twisting the facts this way. But that's why we wrote the story when we were kids, so that's why I left it in there. But we can, if McFarlane wants to take it out, we'll take it out. So this is where issue 1 begins. Just a few months after the Challenger is shot down, an alien starship comes close to the Earth and starts to fill the sky. They say it's the size of Texas, Mr. President. It's an homage to Armageddon. And we've lost all satellites and communications. It's an homage to Star Wars Episode 1. So you know what happens when you lose all communications, right? Next thing that happens is the title of this story, which is Invasion. So the capital ship approaches. The president takes the country into 0909 protocols, which officially gives the Star Wars teams authority to engage the hostile alien forces. And there are also 2 other aliens that have crash landed on the Earth recently. One is Prisoner 51, who is Stellar Inferno. The other is Prisoner 00, which is actually the Oracle Master's daughter, RN. So Avengers ship releases a squadron of fighters and drops it in low orbit over Dallas, Texas. The scouts are sent in to respond. The real battle is nothing like their simulations. The Avengers hands their asses to them. The city of Dallas is quickly evacuated and destroyed. And then once the city is destroyed, the ships pull back. So why did I pick Dallas, Texas? Because that's Robbie's favorite football team was the Dallas Cowboys. So sorry about your team, Robbie. Left you on your stadium, at least in this universe. So Tech starts to think more, and he realizes that he knows who this guy is. He's seen this. He's seen this attack, this style of attack before. He's seen these ships before. This guy's name is known only as the Avenger. He goes from one world to another, just destroying it. He doesn't ask for any negotiations. He doesn't give any. He shows no mercy. He's just a killing machine, and he kills everything on the planet, and then he moves on. And then the Scavengers Elite, Tech, and Black Crusader basically tell the president that even with them and the Star Wars program, they're outmanned and outgunned. So the capital ship back up in space Avengers ship begins to fire these particle beams all over the world. It causes hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, other natural disasters, forest fires, typhoons, volcanic eruptions. You know, it's horrifying. So the scouts are going around the world trying to save people in the middle of these natural disaster situations. Except for Tech. He goes and secures the release of those two aliens still in front of an hour, which will become really important later on in the series. So the Avenger ship comes back into the orbit, this time over Washington, D.C. And this is a larger force led by Avengers Lieutenant, the Arch Warrior, Dagra. President Reagan is killed and Bush is sworn in. But in this battle, the scouts do a better job working together, and with more heroes, better tactics, and more firepower, they're able to kill Dagra and defend the capital. Black Crusader looks up in the sky, and he's the first one to see Avenger who's standing on the edge of a ramp that's coming down. Avenger sees his top dog get gunned down, so he decides to live to fight another day. He takes off and leaves the Earth for now. And everybody's cheering. But so that right there is the first installment. That's the first miniseries. So here's part 2 called The Crimson Gambit. And here we are. I can't back up again. All right, we're gonna close this one down, and we'll start a new one.